The seals really do prefer Irish music. Or rather, I should rephrase that. Irish seals prefer Irish music. Scottish seals prefer Scottish music. Welsh seals are a bit particular. They like choral singing. It depends on where you come from, you see. Many people living along the west coast of Ireland, west coast of Europe, in places where we still have seals, places like Ireland, Scotland, Wales, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, have many beliefs that when somebody dies or is lost at sea and their bodies aren't found, that sometimes these people come back in the next life as seals. And these people that come back in the next life as seals are known as selkies or silkies. And some of you might have seen films regarding the legends of the selkies, like The Secret of Runinish or The Seven Stream, or just more recently Colin Farrell, the Irish actor, made a movie called Undine. Undine was made on Bear Island in Castletown Bear, which is just about 15-20 miles behind us, just at the end of the Beara Peninsula. And in this movie, Colin Farrell was a fisherman, and one day he caught a big load of fish in his net, and when he brought the net in beside the boat, he had to lift the cod end, or the big ball of fish, in over the deck using the derrick. And when he pulled the cod end up at the bottom and spilled out all of the fish out onto the deck, the fish all poured out, slithering and slimy and sliding all over the place. And in amongst the fish was the most beautiful seal that he'd ever seen, with a beautiful dark skin fur coat. And this seal started to do the most incredible thing. It started peeling back its seal coat and emerging out of its seal coat as a beautiful young woman, who Colin Farrell, of course, immediately fell in love with, and they lived happily ever after. And there are many legends and stories like this about the seals, all the way up and down the west coast of, especially Ireland, north of Clare, Galway, Connemara, Mayo, and Donegal, and of course on the coast of Scotland. A beautiful book written about all these legends and stories and folklore called The Sea People. Anyway, other stories tell of groups of seals coming ashore on secluded beaches well away from people on fine summer evenings, leaving their fur skins on the rocks to dry, and then reveling in the freedom that their human form gives them, running and jumping and doing ballet and somersaults up and down the beach and dancing. And of course, in their human form, they're fairly easy to move around. As you can see, in their seal form, they're not so easily and not so agile. Of course, when the seals are in the water, it's a different story. There's nothing as acrobatic as a seal in the water. Not even a dolphin is as acrobatic as a seal in the water. The seal is simply the king of the acrobats in the water. But on the land, not so agile. As you can see there, the seals coming out of the water. So in their human form, they revel in their human form, the freedom of movement that it gives them. Anyway, the skeleton of the seal is exactly the same as the skeleton of a dog or a horse, except that the limbs are much shorter on the seal. The forepaws are just more or less like your hand, except the thumb is almost a fifth digit, a big claw on each finger. And if you look at our Facebook afterwards, Safari Ireland came here, I have a few photographs up of the seal extending its forepaw way out and it looking just like a human hand. The tail flippers are a bit longer, but the most amazing thing about the tail flippers is that each toe on the tail flipper is between 6, 8 and 10 inches long, and they have the dexterity of your hand, the way you can move your hand around and curl it up. They can do the same thing with their tail flipper, their toes being so long. But between each toe there's a huge webbed skin, and when the seal, if you watch the seals there, you'll see the occasional one yawning and stretching, and then sometimes they'll stretch their tail flippers out, opening up their tail flippers, And the image that you'll have in your mind is of a mermaid's tail or a fish's tail. And sometimes the fishermen, seeing the seals opening up their tail flippers like that, led the fishermen to believe that they were watching mermaids.